Hi everyone. So for now, let's have a review for a formative assessment. Okay, so this is for grade 8, wherein the topic is multiplication and division of rational expression. Okay, so number 1, we have here n minus 1 over 8n squared times 8n squared over 6n cubed plus 48n squared. Okay, so again, first thing that you have to do there is to factor out what. Okay, so we get n minus 1 over 8n squared times, okay, we get 8n squared over, okay, so we have our GCF that is 6n squared multiplied with n plus 6, n plus 6. Okay, so since 8n squared is a common factor, so we can cancel that out. N minus 1 and 6n squared, n plus 6, there's no common factor, so we cannot cancel any terms to it. Okay, so our final answer will be n minus 1 over 6n cubed plus 48n squared. Okay, ayan. So, I change it back to the original expression since, again, simplified form po natin is walang parentheses. Okay, number 4, we get x squared minus 2x plus 1 over x plus 1 divided by 7x minus 7 and x plus 1. So, again, you have to factor muna po yung ating term. So, let's factor x squared minus 2x plus 1. That is a perfect square. Okay, so that will be x minus 1 squared. Okay, 7x minus 7, that will be 7x minus 1. Okay, so again, for our division, so copy the dividend. So we get x minus 1 over x plus 1. Change divide into times and then reciprocal. So when you say reciprocal, switch your numerator and denominator. So we get x plus 1 over 7x minus 1. Okay, so common factor, we get x plus 1 can be cancelled, and then x minus 1 can be cancelled also. So your final answer will be x minus 1 over 7. Next, number 3. So we got k squared minus 36 over 48 minus 2k minus k squared and k plus 8, k minus 3. So we get here k plus 6 and k minus 6. So that is sum and difference po. Okay, so 48 minus 2k minus k squared. So let's factor out yung negative para mas madali siyang i-factor. So k squared plus 2k minus 48. Okay, so factor of negative 48 will have 8 and 6. Okay, so k plus 8 and k minus 6. Okay, so we get here k plus 6 times k minus 6 over negative k plus 8 and k minus 6 times k plus 8 over k minus 3. Okay, so cancel k plus 8 and k minus 6. Okay, so the remaining will be k plus 6. Okay, so again, we have a negative here, so we get negative k plus 3. Okay, so we have to multiply k minus 3 with negative 1. Next, number 4. Okay, so we have 2n plus 2. Okay, so factor, we get 2n, 2 times n plus 1, divided by 2 over n minus 6. Okay, so we get 2n plus 1 over n plus 1. Divide will be times, and then switch n minus 6 over 2. Okay, so we can cancel n plus 1 and 2. Okay, so remaining will be n minus 6. Okay, next, number 5, we get v plus 3 over v plus 2 divided by 8v squared over 8v cubed plus 16v squared. Okay, so again, let's factor first. 8v cubed plus 16v squared will be 8v squared. So we got v plus 2. Okay, so we got v plus 3 over b plus 2. Divide will be times. We got 8v squared and v plus 2 over 8v squared. I cancel v plus 2, cancel 8v squared, so the remaining is v plus 3. Okay, and then number 6, we get 1 over m minus 1 times 8m squared plus 56m over m squared plus 13m plus 42 Okay, so again, factor mo na the numerator and denominator. So we'll have here, okay, so 8m squared, so that will be 8m. We got m plus 7. And then m squared plus 13m plus 42, that is 6 times 7. So we got m plus 6 and m plus 7. Okay, so from here, we got 1 over m minus 1 times 8m, m plus 7 over m plus 6, m plus 7. Okay, so common factor, m plus 7. Okay, so remaining, we'll get 8m over, so m minus 1 and m plus 6, so we have to simplify that using our FOIL method. Okay, so just multiply. Let's have the FOIL method on the side. Okay, so m minus 1 and m plus 6. Okay, so we get m squared. M times positive 6, that will positive 6m minus 1m, or negative m minus 6. So our denominator is m squared plus 5m minus 6. Okay, so final answer, we get 8m over m squared plus 5m minus 6. Okay, so it's combination of factoring and expansion. Okay, so again, the first step that you have to do is to factor po if factorable yung ating numerator and denominator. So kapag may common factor, you can cancel it out. Okay, using cancellation. Kapag division, copy the dividend, change divide into times, and then don't forget to reciprocal. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. Follow for more.